Yo, what's going on, man? I have a question. I told you I'll answer the questions. I'll answer these controversial questions. It does not matter. So, this question was about, knowing that I'm a big football fan. Am I offended by the idea of players taking a knee and coaches saying they'll take a knee? No, I'm not offended. And I'm not offended because I'm not one of those people who have tried to change it into something else. If even if we go back to the origins of when Kaepernick was became the most hated man in America for taking a knee, it was still in peaceful protest, which there's something that we're supposed to be allowed here. It's one of our rights. It's something that our military fights for, and at no point in time did I ever hear it was a thing of, oh, we hate the military. It was never that. No one ever. It was always denounced as absolutely not. The guy who actually told Kaepernick to take the knee was actually a military guy. It was never a thing of, oh, we're just going to disrespect the United States. This is not what it's about. I mean, it was never about disrespecting the military. I would not at all support that. You know what I mean? Because the military, brave men and women who are willing to go and put up a fight for the country. So you would never disrespect them, but that's not what it was about. I think in the process, those who wanted those who didn't want to address what it was truly about, changed the subject. They changed the topic, and instead of hearing, what people were saying as that this is a peaceful protest to stop, these killings, to stop all these certain things, to make things better in this country for this group of people, to make this thing equal in this country for all groups of people, we will take a knee. We will protest. We will talk about, injustice, inequalities, the differentials that we see in many of situations in our country as far as percentages where everybody's really not treated equally. That's what this whole thing was about. It was never a slap in the face at the military. It was never a thing of, oh, I hate the United States of America. And to be quite honest, it's really quite the opposite. This is part of the Jedi mind trick that the military, not excuse me, the media. I mixed up my M's. The media, not the military, the media. But this is something that the media and that politicians especially, like to turn around and turn the narrative around, because one of the greatest things about this country is that people do have liberties. People have fought hard for these liberties. This country was established on people fighting to better for the people. The people are the United States. These symbolisms are not the United States. I mean, these symbolisms in themselves have an ugly and dark past that sometimes we don't even want to address. I mean, if you look into it, and I won't go over the whole history, but if you look into the national anthem itself, the very thing that this big argument starts about, that, oh, you've got to stand for this because of this and that and the other. Well, if you know the true the true full national anthem, you would know that not only was the author a very, very evil and racist man, but the last portion of the national anthem that's actually cut off now, and we never hear it, no one would ever dare sing it, is a part where basically, it's bragging about, no slaves can hide, you can't go anywhere, basically you will be a slave in this country and we will get you. And that is what and that is how the national anthem ends. So it's just like seeing movies. If you cut off the last 15 minutes of a lot of movies, it could totally change the meaning of the movie. That's sort of what it did with the national anthem itself. Because if you hear all of this thing and they tell you, yes, it's for all of us, and da 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 da, you be like, oh yeah, you take great pride, which I would too. But then when you really find out that at the end it was like, no, we're not talking about you, we're talking about us. And for some of you, you're going to be the hunted. You're going to be the oppressed. You're going to be the enslaved, and you can't run and you can't hide. That is what the whole song really says. I know some people are going to get offended by that, but look it up. That's the actual facts of it. So I know a lot of people personally that don't stand just because of that. It has nothing to do with you hate the United States. Sometimes wanting something better and wanting change is actually you showing more love towards that entity than those who want to keep the country or that entity in the same situation that is not good for everyone. And certain people in this country will always fight for. I'm not hearing hatred to say, oh, we hate these people. I'm hearing the fights for equality. Anybody who is preaching hatred, then you definitely should be against it, because that's not the route to go. But when you're talking about equality, love, and all of us being treated the same, I don't understand how you can argue with that and take symbolism to try to oppress that. The country itself is not bigger than the people. The people, we the people of the United States of America, we are the country. Somewhere along this path, people have gotten it confused that, oh, the government is the United States. No, they're elected officials that's supposed to be taking care of our country, the people's country. And so when they, when they tell you any and everything and you're willing to follow along with it and you're willing to take these, take these things that, oh, the flag is more important than the people, you're crazy. The flag represents the people. The flag is supposed to be a symbol of the people. If we forget to take care of the people, the flag itself wouldn't mean nothing. So if you love that flag, you have to not only love that flag and the symbol that it is, that is just a symbol for the people. That is just a symbol for the 50 states. You know what I mean? They might have to put something in there for the couple territories, but that that is a symbol for the people under those states. You know what I mean? A symbol for the 13 colonies. That fought hard to create change in their own time. This is what this is all about. But somewhere in this country, we've gotten it distorted that the people don't matter and the symbols matter. We went from patriotism to nationalism. And for those that don't know what nationalism is, it's when you are willing to go along with anything that your government says without question. It's very dangerous. Patriotism is fighting for the people and the betterment of the country through the people, what's best for the people. That's being a patriot, caring about the country in that manner. Not just, oh, my government told me something, so I'll believe whatever. Yes, I'm a proud American, but I do think that America can do better. I do think that America will do better by people continuing to let their voices be heard on things that truly need to be changed. I don't believe in trying to suppress the voice of the people in order to follow whatever dictation that some government officials who are getting rich while the rest of us are being stepped on is telling people. At the end of the day, it's power to the people, and that means all people. Everybody should be treated with respect, dignity, and love in this country. And I did add love because that's something that's often missed. But we love the country so much, but we can't love the people. It's strange, isn't it? You love the system more than you love the people. Once we understand that we got to love each other and the government's job is to protect our loved ones, which should be all of us, we'd be in a better place. But, protesters, peaceful protesters, let's say that, keep on protesting, keep on asking for change, keep on asking for a better United States, keep on asking for a better world, keep on demanding it, because once the voices go voiceless, we don't have anything else. All we have is oppression, and oppression grows like weeds. So keep it up.